Dodger Baseball. Live from Dodger Stadium, Sportsnet LA presents the Dodgers as they take on the San Francisco Giants. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Wednesday evening to you, wherever you may be. Welcome to Dodger Stadium. Final game of the year between the Giants and the Dodgers. It is game number 19, and they have split the previous 18. The last time the Dodgers won the season series from the Giants, you'd have to go back to 2009. On the mound tonight, Clayton Kershaw in quest of his 21st. He's lost 3. You may remember he won 21 back in 2011. He is 2-0 against the Giants and 13-5 lifetime. On the mound for San Francisco, Tim Hudson with a record of 9-12. What that means is, for the first time in his 18-year career, he'll finish with a losing record. 0-1 against the Dodgers, 0-5 lifetime, and certainly one of his big problems, the fact he's been playing with a bad hip. Interesting note about the Dodgers. In the last 25 years, they have won 7 times, and each of the 7 years, they failed to win the first game to clinch. However, they then come back and picked up the flag. Only back in 1985 did they win the game they should have won to clinch the very first opportunity. And interesting in that game, Orioles Hershiser won to go 19-3. Well, Clayton's 20-3. And a rookie finished up in left field for the Dodgers that day. His name was Stu Peterson. Wouldn't it be something if his son Jock finished up in the outfield tonight? Well, we'll take that. We got a great ball game coming up and a whole lot more right after this.
It is always a battle when the San Francisco Giants and Los Angeles Dodgers get together. That certainly will be the case tonight. Hello, everybody, and welcome inside Dodger Stadium. Alongside Oral Hershiser, I'm Alana Rizzo, a man here that knows a thing or two about division titles, championships, and pitching on the big stage. Oral, much like our own Clayton Kershaw tonight.
Clayton Kershaw, he has begun attacking this season right from last year's disappointment in Game 6 against St. Louis, then the offseason workouts, then spring training, and it was about first pitch strikes after the first victory and the injury. And this season, with those first pitch strikes, has led him to fewest pitches per inning. And with that, he has gotten his slider going this year. It was a fastball, curveball pitcher, but now with the slider, it has kept his pitch count down. It has upped his innings. It's going to win him his third Cy Young. He's got a chance at the MVP. The slider that the hitters don't want to see early, and they definitely don't want to see late. It has made him the most efficient pitcher in the game. Absolutely amazing, and now going for number 21.
Yeah, 21st win on this season. Also an opportunity to have the fourth consecutive year with the ERA title. A tremendous pitcher so far for the Dodgers. After the break, the legendary Vince Scully on the call. We'll be right back.
Every day you say it's time for baseball. Every time you say welcome to Dodger Stadium. But tonight it's a little bit different. As Clayton Kershaw goes to the mound, as Matt Kemp stretches out the arm in right field, as Yasiel Puig returns the toss from center field, and Juan Uribe loosens up at third. There is a lot to loosen up tonight, because this could be the night that the Dodgers clinch the National League Western Division. However, that's easy to say. It is extremely difficult against any other team, and especially the old rivals, the San Francisco Giants. And for Bruce Bochy and club, that appear to be a cinch to be a wild card, but they would love to be even wilder than that in at least the last meeting of the year against the Dodgers. Here's the Giant lineup. Hunter Pence becomes a leadoff man. Joe Panik at second. Buster Posey playing first base tonight. Pablo Sandoval at third. Andrew Susac, the catcher. Then Chris Dominguez in left. Joaquin Arias at short. Gregor Blanco in center. And Tim Hudson on the mound. So for Clayton Kershaw, what is there to say except the result of the game? He is 20-3. a great earned run average, 1.8. His career, however, against the Giants is unbelievable. He has held the Giants to a 183 batting average, and his earned run average in his career is 1.4. And a line drive right at D. Gordon on the first pitch, and we are underway. So Hunter Pence, who is really struggling, hits the ball pretty hard, but right at D. Gordon. So Hunter will have to wait to try it again. And the batter now, Joe Panik, who's been doing so very, very well. Panik had a base hit last night, but more than that, 4 for 9 in the series with an RBI, batting .303. Left-hand hitter who is doing exceptionally well against left-hand pitching. Kershaw's fastball in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Against left-handers, young Joe is hitting .368. Kershaw into the windup, comes right back, shoots it low and away, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. So 1 out in the first inning. The Giants have been struggling, obviously offensively. They've lost 7 of the last 10. Panik hits a high foul off third, and that's going to go out of play. And during that stretch of losing 7 out of 10, the Giants have only scored a total of 21 runs. In fact, in the recent series for Bruce Bochy's boys, they scored 4 runs in 3 games against San Diego. And one reason of many, Hunter Pence is really struggling. So Tim Hudson waiting to go to the mound, and the 1-2 pitch high and inside. 2-2 to Panik. Kershaw back in 2011 beat the Giants 5 times. The next pitch swung on and missed, and down goes Panik, and we have 2 out in the first inning. We'll take a look now at the Dodgers with the leather, and they shape up this way with Crawford, Puig, and Kemp in the outfield, and the infield Uribe and Ramirez, Gordon and Gonzalez, and behind the plate, which figured as much as the sun coming up this morning, A.J. Ellis handling Clayton Kershaw. So here's Buster Posey, and the right-hand hitting catcher playing first base tonight, and takes the first pitch for ball 1. Posey is a tougher hitter when he is playing first base than when he expends all the energy as a catcher. The 1-0 pitch, ground ball to third. Uribe takes the hop, winds up, and throws him out. So the Giants go down 1-2-3, and at the end of half an inning, Giants nothing, Dodgers coming up, and it's time for Tim Hudson to chest his hip. Kershaw only 8 pitches to get the 3 outs. Now let's take a look at Don Mattingly's card and the Dodger lineup. No tremendous differences. Gordon leading off, followed by Puig and Gonzalez. Matt Kemp, who's really muscled up since the All-Star break with 16 home runs and 51 runs batted in. Then you will have Hanley Ramirez, Carl Crawford, Juan Uribe, A.J. Ellis, and Clayton Kershaw. On the mound, Tim Hudson, a 39-year-old born in Columbus, Georgia, lives in Auburn, Alabama, and he went to Auburn University. He was originally a 6th-round pick by the Oakland A's. He has been bothered by a bad hip. He is 6'1", 175. He did take a bullpen the other day, and he convinced Bruce Bochy that he's ready and wants to pitch. And the thing about Tim Hudson, because of the hip, he is 9-12 as he faces D. Gordon. He faces the first losing year in an 18-year career as he runs a fastball inside ball one. He is a very tough pitcher, especially if he gets some runs. He has only been getting 3 runs a game in his starts as a Giant. The right-hander ready, and the 1-0 pitch on the way to Gordon. That's taken for a strike, and the count 1-1. So D. Gordon rested last night and really enjoyed watching Justin Turner hit home runs. We had a scene of Gordon jumping up and opening up an imaginary coat as Turner was running around. The 1-1 pitch inside ball 2. And what Gordon was doing, he was opening up the imaginary coat, supposedly showing the big S for Superman underneath the jacket, and he was directing that praise to Justin Turner. The 2-1 pitch on the way with Sandoval way in, and a chopper foul outside of third and down the line. So while Gordon takes a little walk, we can give you a couple of baseball observations about Tim Hudson. Among other things, he has tough losses. He's lost 7 times where he's pitched at least 6 innings and allowed 3 runs or less. So that's one reason why he's under 500 this year. 2-2 pitch is a change, hit slowly up along first base, picked up there by Posey, and that'll do it for Gordon. So 1 out in the first inning, and Yasiel Puig coming up. Another thing, but that little ground ball to first base, that points up another thing about Tim Hudson. When Hudson pitches, you get a lot of ground balls. In fact, he averages almost 2 ground balls for every fly ball. Madison Bumgarner, who knows about the fly balls that carried out the Dodgers last night, hit 3 against him. So Hudson is ready and delivers. Yasiel Puig swings and doesn't get it, and the count 0-1. Puig hitting .297, 15 home runs, 66 runs batted in to match his uniform number, and the strike 1 pitch, fastball, and ran away from him as he swung and missed. In fact, Puig last night swung a lot and never touched the ball, and he's up there hacking now. Last 2 times up, he struck out. He was also hit by a pitch. So Tim Hudson checking and ready, and the strike 2 pitch on the way. Right-hander deals, breaking ball low, 1-2 to count. It was a way ago. It was actually the year 2000 when Tim Hudson was a 20-game winner. But just 4 years ago, he was a 17-game winner for the Atlanta Braves. So the gentleman from Alabama really knows how to pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Hudson ready, Puig waits, and Puig goes after it, and down he goes. So Puig now has struck out 3 straight times. Probably the worst thing that was in the Giants' favor is the fact that he was hit on the foot in his first at-bat. It's Posey, Panik, Arias, and Sandoval, Dominguez, Blanco, and Pence, and Susac behind the plate handling Hudson. 2 down in the first inning. Adrian hitting .275, 25 home runs, and leading with 112 runs batted in. Tops in the big leagues. So Adrian checking in. Hudson turns, ready, and delivers, and the off-speed pitch misses for ball 1. Joe Panik is a shallow right fielder. He's a good 20-25 feet out in right field. You can do that when you have a veteran hitter who is not known for running that well anymore. And the pitch fouled away, and the count 1-1. So Adrian with 2 down, bases empty. Matt Kemp waiting on deck. Hudson, in looking at his career this year, got off to a great start. He went 4-1 in April, but he's been plagued ever since. 1-1 pitch, change very high, 2-1 the count, and because of the troublesome hip, he is 0-3. His earned run average in September is 9.9, and that has nothing to do with his ability as a pitcher, more the fact that he's injured. The 2-1 pitch on the way, Gonzalez swings and doesn't get it, and the count 2-2. So Tim Hudson trying to turn himself around, one last chance. He doesn't walk very many, only 4% of the hitters, as Matt Kemp thinks about him and watches him as he works on Gonzalez. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hudson deals in on the hand, swung on and missed, and he makes it look easy. And remember, he was the starting pitcher when the Dodgers won that game 17-0. Forget that one. And at the end of an inning, no score. Last night's game, the performance by Zach Greinke. Greinke going 5-0 against the Giants. He became the first pitcher to face the Giants at least 5 times in a season and beat them every time. The last that was done back in 1953 by the Braves' Warren Spahn. Yes, you could point out Spahn went 5-0 in 5 starts, and his earned run average that year against the Giants 0.8. Kershaw also went 5-0 against the Giants one year, but that was in 6 starts. So Clayton ready to work now on Pablo Sandoval. Switch hitter batting right-handed, whistles one foul off the barrier and down the line. 0-1 the count to Pablo Sandoval. Sandoval had 1 hit in 4 at-bats last night. He went 0 for 5 and was hit by a pitch in the 13-inning game. Clayton comes right back, 0-1, fastball in there at 92. When Kershaw went 5-0 in 6 starts against the Giants, that was back in 2011, and of course Greinke did it last night. Strike 2 pitch, fastball away, 1-2 the count. So Sandoval, then Susac and Dominguez. 1-2 pitch on the way, another fastball in the dirt, 2-2 the count. We're waiting, of course, with Kershaw, not just to see fastballs, but you'll get sliders and that big, slow rainbow curve that seems to freeze so many hitters. So Sandoval waiting, and the 2-2 pitch on the way is a breaking ball slider fouled away. That's one of those sliders. If you're a right-hand batter if you don't swing at it, is liable to hit you on the ankle. I mean, that had a lot of action to it, and Sandoval was able to get a piece of it for self-preservation. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Kershaw ready. Here he comes. Slow curveball, and it's lifted into shallow center. Gordon backs out and makes the catch for the out. So Sandoval perhaps looking for that big slow curveball, and that's so important to the attack up there, and he was able to stay back but didn't get enough of it and popped it up. So 1 out in the second inning. Andy Susac coming up. Susac is the backup catcher to Buster Posey. Hector Sanchez, you may remember, switch hitting catcher, and he's had concussion problems from foul balls. So Susac is playing and fouls it away. 0-1 the count. So Posey doesn't have to wear the gear. And as we mentioned earlier, when Buster plays first base, he's hitting .360 as opposed to around .300 as a catcher. Strike 1 pitch on the way, and Susac takes that slow change for a strike, and the count 0-2. That's such a key. Andrew is from Northern California as we take another look at that slow curveball. He's from Roseville, makes his home in Carmichael, went to Oregon State. Kershaw back with a fastball a little low. There used to be a player years ago with the St. Louis Cardinals named Irv Dusac, and whenever he hit a double, he was Tusac Dusac. Well, with this name Susac, you know anytime he gets some doubles, he will be Tusac Susac as he takes a slow curveball that just misses. Andrew is 6'1", 200, just turned 24. Hitting behind him, Chris Dominguez. Kershaw looks down to get the sign. Now the 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and missed. In on the hands. Kind of a stiff swing by Susac. He was just locked in and couldn't handle it. Strikeout number 2 for Curtin. And it's a stiff-wristed swing by Andrew. Unable to extend the arms, just really couldn't do anything. He was locked up. So we have 2 out in the second inning, and Chris Dominguez coming up. Dominguez started game 1 in left field, and it should be duly noted 2 of the regular outfielders for the Giants cannot and will not play. First pitch is low to Chris, ball 1. First of all, they lost the multi-talented Angel Pagan, who, by the way, will have back surgery tomorrow, so he has his prayers, along with ours, for a speedy recovery. Chopper and a comebacker. Kershaw lobs it over the first. That'll do it, and he's now retired 6 in a row. So at the end of an inning and a half, it's the Giants nothing and the Dodgers nothing. Today, the Dodgers and Rockies, and enjoy the final Friday night fireworks show of the season. After the game, fans are invited down to the field to enjoy the show. Compliments of Denny's. For tickets and more information, visit Dodgers.com/promotion. Second inning, the Dodgers will have Matt Kemp, Hanley Ramirez, and then Carl Crawford. And it should be duly noted that against the Giants this year, Matt is hitting .328 with 5 home runs and 15 runs batted in. He's also hitting .368 with a home run against Hudson. Put it all together, 24 home runs, 86 runs batted in as he leads off. Hudson, without a windup, just kind of turns on the rubber. And first pitch, fastball away, ball one. 1-0 the count to Matt. Kemp had that big 2-run home run in the first inning last night. And then Justin Turner took over, hit 2, and the Dodgers went on to win. Kemp lines one to center. Coming up is Blanco to make the catch. So Matt hits it on the button, but right at the center fielder, and we have one away.
Shortstop, number 13.
You know, we were talking a little bit a time ago about Tim Hudson. In his entire career, he has never had a losing season. That's remarkable. 18 years a winner. This year, because of the hip problems, he's 9-12. However, he has won 214 games in his career. That's a little more than Sabathia or Colon or Burley. Clayton Kershaw tonight is trying to win his 98th career victory. So Hudson now ready to work as Clayton watches from the dugout. And the first pitch to Hanley is swung on and missed. And the count 0-1. Hanley 13 home runs, 71 runs batted in. Hitting behind him, Carl Crawford. 1 out, bottom of the second inning, no score. Hudson ready and comes back 0-1. Little slider off the plate. And they count 1 ball and 1 strike. Hudson does not give in to right-hand batters. He has walked 9 and he has struck out 68 of them. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tim Reddy in his 1-1 over the top pitch, grounded to the hole, backhanded and dropped on the grass by Arias, and Ramirez safely aboard. He probably would have beaten that out for a base hit, and that's what they will rule it. A base hit to the hole at short. Arias went in the hole, tried to backhand, did, and then the ball hit the heel of his glove and landed at his feet. So Ramirez, an infield single, and the batter is Carl Crawford. Crawford checking in, 8 home runs, 44 runs batted in. He's been ablaze since the 10th of August. He's been hitting .402, so that gets his average up to .290. Throw to first base. Ramirez back on the bag. Carl Crawford, of course, brings a lot to the game, including speed. He has stolen 22. Hanley Ramirez has stolen 14 out of 19. So Hudson at the belt. Very deliberate. Now the pitch inside at the knees. 1 ball and no strikes. Crawford checking now with Lorenzo Bundy to see if they might put a play in the works. Waiting on deck, Juan Uribe. .1-0 pitch on the way. Crawford ground ball under the glove of Posey into right field. Ramirez is on his way to third, and he will make it easily. So the Dodgers are in business, first and third with 1 out. So Crawford just did get it by Posey, so a backhanded attempt came up short. Ramirez easily going to third, although he felt he had to dig for it. But the ball was so well hit, so well placed, there was no throw. So first and third, 1 out, and the former Giant, Juan Uribe, coming up. Uribe hitting .309. That's the best average in his career. 9 home runs, 49 runs batted in. Hudson set, checking the runners at the corners, and Uribe takes low, ball 1, 1-0 the count. So Uribe has a big opportunity, psychologically especially, to get the Dodgers out in front. Uribe has not had much success against Hudson. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back, and the count 1-1. Against Hudson, Uribe is hitting less than 100. So Tim Hudson trying to work his way out of a jam. A.J. Ellis on deck. No score, bottom of the second inning. But with 1 out, Ramirez singled to the hole at short, and then Crawford singled him to third. 1 ball and 1 strike to Juan Uribe. Hudson at the belt. Very deliberate. Now comes back to Uribe off the plate, down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. We're watching Panik and Arias. They're getting squared away as to who will be covering second base. Meanwhile, Hudson very deep in thought. Panik back to his position. Hudson, another look at the runners, and the 2-1 pitch on the way, swung on, ground ball to short. Arias goes down to Panik. The throw to first is in time, and the Dodgers blow a chance. Juan Uribe grounds into the double play, and the Dodgers come up empty. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. Another look at the double play. It was a pattern. Arias to Panik, who had plenty of time to avoid Crawford, and doubled up Uribe. So at the end of 2, no score. Big eyes and a young boy under a big Dodger baseball cap. You are looking at innocence. It's a miraculous time. Great to have you here, fellas. And we go to the third inning. No score. Arias, Blanco, and Hudson. By the way, you might have been shocked to see Juan Uribe ground into a double play. Don't be. Not with Hudson. That's the 315th career double play induced by Hudson, and one reason, he has a dynamite split finger, and that's probably the ball that Uribe hit on the ground. So we're in the third, no score. Arias at the plate and fouls it away. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Arias is in there for one very big reason, not just the fact that Crawford, the shortstop, regularly is a left-hand batter, but Arias leads the majors against left-hand pitchers since the All-Star break, hitting .467. Fouls a big back, and the count stays 1-2. So Joaquin Arias playing a big role now, the shortstop tonight. got his glove on the ball that got away for a base hit by Hanley Ramirez. Arias from the Dominican Republic. Kershaw says no again, backs off and asks A.J. Ellis to go through the signs. Now they hook up, and the 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on and fouled away. You might not know the name Joaquin Arias very much. He was originally signed out of the Dominican by the Yankees. However, in 2004, he was acquired by the Texas Rangers to complete a deal that was a headline deal. You know the other players involved? Alfonso Soriano and Alex Rodriguez. Ground ball deep to short, long throw by Hanley, too late. Nice stretch by Adrian Gonzalez, but Arias hits it deep to short, gets a base hit. That is the first base runner to get on for the Giants. Kershaw had retired 6 in a row. Hanley had to go back on the grass, right foot on the edge, and the throw just didn't have enough on it, and Arias beats it out. So the infield single. Arias at first. He runs pretty well, as that would indicate. However, the Giants are not a running team. Arias 1 for 1 in stolen bases. Blanco at the plate and has a look at a pitch for a strike. And the count 0-1 to Gregor. Hitting .260, 5 home runs, 37 runs batted in. Has done very well. His first at bat in the series was a home run. But he's replacing one of the heart and soul players for the Giants, Angel Pagan, who will undergo surgery, back surgery, tomorrow. Strike one, pitch, line drive, base hit to left field. So Kershaw now gives up back-to-back singles with nobody out, and you would expect Tim Hudson to come up and sacrifice. Maybe. He has a half a dozen sacrifices already this year. So Hudson looking down to Tim Flannery, and it would appear the bunt would be on. And then you have Pence and Panic. No score in the third. Hudson, right-hand batter. Dodgers pull up the corners, looking bunt. Kershaw deals, the bunt is on sharply. Uribe lets it go foul. He'll throw, but no play. Uribe picked it up inches foul. He wasn't going to play umpire, so he made the throw. He probably got a little help from the Dodger dugout. The ball hits the edge of the grass and then backs off into foul ground. He's going to go through the motions anyway. 0-1 to count. Now Hudson meeting with Tim Flannery. No score, each side with 2 hits. Dodgers had back-to-back hits with 1 out, and Uribe hit into a double play. Now the Giants 2 on, nobody out. A bunt situation for Hudson. Kershaw out of a stretch, looks at the runners, comes to the hitter, and the bunt foul back, and the count 0-2. One thing that's fun to do if you're in the ballpark, can't really do it, I guess, on TV, but it's to watch the second baseman and the shortstop in a bunt situation. There's one play where Ramirez will break on the pitch towards third, and that's a comfort to the runner. He thinks, well, good, if he breaks, I'll break. And instead of going to first to cover, the second baseman goes back to the bag. That's just one part of the play. Hanley behind the runner. And they're going to call balk on Kershaw. I think what happened, I'm not sure, but Ramirez was pointing in. I think he wanted a setup play on the bunt. And whatever happened, it broke the concentration of Kershaw, and he balked. So watch, you can see Ramirez, if you're watching, pointing, and Kershaw suddenly broke in his stretch, and meanwhile there was no play. So now the Dodgers on the defense, second and third, big curveball for ball 1, and naturally the bunt is off. Second and third, nobody out, top of the third. Hudson with a chance to aid and abet his own cause. and Hunter Pence on deck. Kershaw out of his stretch, checks the runners. 1-2 pitch, fastball, backhanded by Kershaw. Whoa, what a play! And he throws to first for the out. He backhanded the ball with his back to home plate. A remarkable play by a remarkable pitcher. And the crowd gives him a standing ovation on that play. Wow. Hard to believe. He just turned around, dropped to his right knee, backhanded the ball, held the runners, and then lobbed the throw to first. And the chant in the crowd, MVP. Well, how about Gold Glove? So 1 out, and here is a very, very hungry Hunter Pence. Kershaw out of his stretch, delivers, drives Pence off the bag. Hunter came into the game with 3 hits in his last 39 at-bats. He hit the ball pretty hard, but he hit it right at D. Gordon to begin the game. So as he stands there, hungry as a bear, he is 3 for 40. Pence waiting, right hand hitting right fielder, open stands. Kershaw ready and comes back, swung on, little chopper to third, Uribe to the plate, and it's too late. Arias scores. So Hunter Pence reaches on a fielder's choice, but it's rather a bizarre inning for the Dodgers. 2 hits, a mess up on a pickoff play that resulted in a balk, and now a ground ball to third, and Arias able to beat the throw from Uribe. It was interesting that the catcher A.J. Ellis was pointing towards first base. So if we racked up before the next batter, you'll see Ellis running out in front of the plate, Arias coming, and the plate was wide open. There was no block, none whatsoever. I would say in the old days, any catcher would block the runner, and there would not be any rule this and paragraph that. Now the Dodgers are talking about that play, and sure enough, they're going to go to the rule book and a review. I don't know if anybody understands it really. You're not supposed to block, and whether you have the ball or not, you're supposed to give the runner a lane. The Mattingly talking, Ellis listening, Arias in the dugout, and at least for the moment, it is 1-0. And Mattingly unable to get a review apparently, and the run is in. So take another look. Uribe throws and wide open. My goodness. I mean, A.J. Ellis was on the first base side of home plate. But the old days, before Buster Posey was knocked down at home plate, he would have been out easily. All right, it's 1-0 Giants. 2 on. Still just 1 out. And here is Panic taking low, ball 1, 1-0. So for Hunter Pence, he's now 3 for 41, but at least he got a run batted in. Two on, 1 out, 1 ball and no strikes to the left-hand hitting Panic, who fouls it back, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, Buster Posey, the man for whom that new rule, that questionable rule, was put in the books. 1-1 the count. Kershaw hands it aside, looking in to get a sign. Now he's ready. Goes to that big elongated stretch. And the 1-1 pitch, fastball, a flare into shallow left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. So Panic, a little flare fly ball. And all of a sudden the Dodgers are up to their hips in crocodiles. And Buster Posey coming up. Panic just lifted that little fly ball. No chance for anybody to catch it. Going to third and holding is Blanco. And here's Buster, grounded to third in the first inning. 33 runs batted in, and as we mentioned, hitting for a better average when he's playing first base, and he is playing first base tonight. So Buster waits. Kershaw ready in the first pitch, high and inside, ball 1, 1-0. Giants lead 1-0, top of the third. They've had 3 hits and a fielder's choice and a run and a balk as the Dodgers confuse themselves on a potential pickoff play at second base. Posey bends slightly at the knees. The 1-0 pitch, a check swing for a strike, and the count 1-1. In the inning, Arias hit to the hole at short, and Ramirez's throw was late for a base hit. Blanco single to left, hard hit ball, first and second. Then the balk, put runners at second and third. Kershaw made a brilliant defensive play on the comebacker by Hudson. The 1-1 pitch, slow curve, hit the third. Uribe double clutches. They get one, they will get two. The runner Posey, of course, not particularly fast, going down the line. The Uribe got it to Gordon just in time after re-gripping the ball, and the Dodgers get away cheaply enough with 1 run. And at the end of 2.5, Giants 1, Dodgers nothing. The Dodgers 1-0. 2 vital plays. First of all, the balk that put runners at second and third, and that immediately meant that Hudson was not going to bunt, and he almost had a base hit. And then the other, the fact that A.J. Ellis trying to conform to the rules, and he's still talking about that play at the plate to Don Mattingly. I would think you could talk to any catcher in the league, and they're all not sure. None of them are sure what to do. And if we have a minute, maybe after A.J.'s at-bat, we can show you that play again. It's all settled in because of Buster Posey. First pitch in for a strike to A.J. 0-1 the count. So Tim Hudson, who took a good BP and decided, yes, he could pitch, and he's leading 1-0, working on A.J. Hudson deals away, 1 ball and 1 strike. And that dreaded splitter, that was the pitch that saved his bacon when he got Uribe to hit into the double play. We mentioned earlier, he's almost 2-1 ground balls to fly balls, and the next pitch off speed and low, and the count 2-1. For Hudson, he has allowed 14 home runs all year. Tim working from the first base side of the rubber, and the 2-1 pitch, A.J. lays off the pitch off the corner. 3-1 to count. Boy, did he do a number on Yasiel Puig in the first inning, changing speeds. He'd go 81, then 89, then back to 83. That's what he's trying to do here. 3-1 pitch is in there. A.J. will have to come back, and the count 3-2. The plate umpire, Chad Fairchild, and Chad has certainly been around. He's umpired 7 years behind the plate. He's a native of Ohio, although he does live in Florida now. So Chad Fairchild joined the big league staff back in 2010. 3-2 pitch on the way is high, and there's ball 4. Take another look at the play at the plate, especially if you're an old-time ball player, and especially if you're an old-time catcher. Left the plate open. The right toe of Arias just did get to the plate. So A.J. catching it in front of the plate, but at the same time left it wide open, and Arias got in there. So it's 1-0 in favor of San Francisco. And here's Clayton Kershaw bunting. Good bunt. Hudson will make the play upon it. So Ellis representing the tying run now after Kershaw advances him. Clayton does a lot of things very well. He also has a half a dozen sacrifices now, so he got his man over. And the batter will be D. Gordon. Runner at second, 1 out. The corners are up. Posey's about even with the bag at first. Sandoval is in on the grass at third. Blanco a little bit more towards left center, so the wide open spaces are between Blanco and Pence. Hudson set at the belt. Tim looks back at Ellis. Now the right-hander delivers low and inside. Nice save by Susac. That could easily have been a wild pitch. Hudson has only 2 wild pitches all year. 1 ball and no strikes to D. Gordon. 0 for 1 tonight. Did not play last night and went 0 for 4 with a sac fly in the first game. 1-0 pitch on the way. Gordon swings, pulls it. Great stab by Posey to step on the bag, and over to third goes A.J. Ellis. Buster Posey making a fine play. That would have been a double for Gordon. The ball hit to his glove side, so that's the only thing that made it easier for him. So a nice play by Buster. A.J. Ellis advancing to third. And now here's Yasiel Puig. Puig looking for a hit. As Gordon, deprived of one, goes back in the dugout. Tying run at third, and A.J. Ellis. Puig last night struck out twice and grounded out. Struck out first time tonight and takes a pitch low, ball 1. In the marathon game of 13 innings, he was hit by a pitch, and he also went 0 for 4 and struck out. So it's been a tough series for him, and his average now at 296. Puig 66 runs batted in and 15 home runs. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 Giants. We're now in the bottom of the third. Hudson ready, and the 1-0 pitch way off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Hudson with that great splitter, and also has a big sweeping slider, plus the occasional fastball. Fastball also helps. It has down sinking movement to it. Well, that's great, Scully. Down sinking. Come up with another one better than that. Anyway, you get the idea. The 2-0 pitch is taken for ball 3. And on deck, Adrian Gonzalez. 3-0 the count to Yasiel Puig. Well, with a runner at third, fly ball would get him home. Let's see if they green light him 3-0. So Puig back up. 3 balls and no strikes. Will they let him swing? Hudson ready. Here's the pitch. Puig takes all the way for a strike, and the count 3-1. Again checking with Lorenzo Bundy. 39-year-old Tim Hudson checking on a 3-1 count. The next pitch to Puig is swung on and missed. Boy, he's really having trouble making contact. Never mind not getting any hits. And slider down and away has him chasing. So 3-2 the count. 2 down. Adrian Gonzalez on deck. Boy, he really had to reach to chase that. And Hudson ready, and the veteran delivers. Swung on, little roller to short. Arias on the run, picks it up and throws him out. So the Dodgers had 2 on in the second inning and hit into a double play. They have a man at third with 2 out, and of course a great play by Buster Posey. So we go to the end of 3, 1-0 Giants. Sandoval, Susac, and Dominguez. Be sure to join us for the next episode of Connected With. We'll sit down with Dodger outfielder Carl Crawford to discuss bringing a World Series to Los Angeles. Don't miss Connected With Carl Crawford, Sunday at 5 on Sportsnet LA. Well, if you were a baseball historian and you saw Clayton Kershaw retire the first 6 in a row, you would start to wonder, is he capable tonight of maybe pitching another no-hitter? Well, that disappeared quickly in the third inning. Sandoval takes ball 1. Maybe the only reason you might have thought about it, back in 1986, September the 25th, at the Astrodome. That was a big moment. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Ball 2. The Astros not only clinched the National League Western Division title that night, but they did it on a no-hitter by Mike Scott against the Giants. 2-1 to count to Sandoval, but of course with that leadoff single by Arias, there was no way to compare. 2-1 to Sandoval. Popped it up in the second inning. Fastball hit over the head of Hanley Ramirez. So one thing for sure, this is not the Kershaw that's going to strike out 11. He's given up 4 hits, 1 run.
Catcher number 34.
And the batter now is Andy Susac. Remember that note that we gave you at the very start of the game? The Dodgers have won 7 times since in the last 25 years. And all 7 of that game to clinch, they lost. Fastball strike, 0-1. 1985, they won that first chance game to clinch. But not all the others. We're talking about 1988, a World Championship year. Foul back. 1995, 1996, 2004, 2008, 2009, and 2013. Remember, the Dodgers couldn't clinch in Arizona the first opportunity. They did the second, and then they all went to the pool. 0-2. Fastball. So Susac had to be looking for something else. He goes to school, strikes out twice, and the batter now, Chris Dominguez, right down the pipe on the outside part of the plate. And he didn't think so, and we have one away. Third strikeout for Clayton. Chris Dominguez hit back to the box in the second inning. One out, fourth inning, 1-0 Giants, fouled away. And by the way, you hear announcers talk about hitters hitting back to the box, and yet you look at the field and the pitcher is on a mound, and you say, well, why do they say hit back to the box? Why is it the pitcher's box? Because once upon a time, they actually pitched from inside a rectangle. Change curveball, drops in for a strike. 0-2. Take another look. That is just a beauty. One out, fourth inning. Sandoval at first. Giants lead 1-0. Fastball. Dominguez played left field the other night. He hasn't played a lot, and without Michael Morse, they played the big right-hand batter who had a big year in the minor leagues, and he had a bad night in game one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you were watching, or perhaps you weren't, but Dominguez caught a fly ball near the left field foul line, a short throw to the plate. Dodger runner tagged, and Dominguez's throw was caught on the fly by Jake Peavy near the Giant on deck circle. I mean, it wasn't in the neighborhood. Foul back. Dominguez in the minor leagues started in Class A, had 21 stolen bases. He also had 21 base hits and home runs, and played 5 different positions. Worked his way up to AAA Fresno, and then he got here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chases one, down he goes. First base occupied, no reason to throw. So Kershaw picks up strikeout number 4, and the batter will be Joaquin Arias.
Shortstop number 13, Joaquin Arias.
Arias singled the hole at short, beating Ramirez's throw. Took second on the base hit by Blanco. He was balked to third, and then on the ground ball to Uribe, he scored. And it's 1-0 Giants. 2 out, Sandoval at first. Fastball, strike, 0-1. Arias has raised his batting average from 187 to 259. Fouls it away. How did he do that? Well, he hit 440 over 50 at bats, and we told you that he's been a terrific hitter against left-hand pitching. No balls and 2 strikes. Sandoval right at the bag at first. Fastball away. The Giants have only stolen 56 bases. The men who do the stealing would have 16. Gregor Blanco. Angel Pagan had 16, but he's out of the lineup. Then Hunter Pence has 13, but it is not a running team at all. Out in front of the plate, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sandoval doesn't figure to do any running, and he hasn't. No stolen bases, no attempt to steal. Talking to Roberto Kelly. And now to Adrian. Pablo, not only a switch hitter, he is ambidextrous. Throw the ball very well with either hand. Gets away from Ellis. Sandoval holding. So the count goes 3-2 to Joaquin Arias. With the left-hand hitter Gregor Blanco on deck. Bouncing the breaking ball. Good body block. And Kershaw, angry at himself, let out a howl on that pitch. One run, 4 hits for the Giants. No runs, 2 hits for the Dodgers. Sandoval will go, and the ball popped up. Ramirez and Gordon. Gordon is calling, but Ramirez calls him off. No runs, a leadoff single and a man left. We're heading for the bottom of the 4th with Gonzalez, Kemp, and Ramirez. 1-0 Giants. On Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import, and by Jack in the Box. Try Jack's Spicy Chicken Club combo at Jack in the Box with fries and a drink while it lasts. Bottom of the 4th inning, 1-0 in favor of the Giants as we try to find out what that baseball has in store for all of us tonight. Tim Hudson ready to work on Adrian Gonzalez. Foul ball, 0-1. Giants put the shift on. So Panic is out in right field. Arias is up the middle. And Sandoval all alone between second and third. Giants lead 1-0. We're in the 4th inning. Off the corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tim Hudson, he grew up in Salem, Alabama. They tell me it's a blue-collar town of hard hats and truckers. So far out in the country, cable television didn't arrive until he was well into high school. 2-1 the count to Adrian Gonzalez. And by the time television got to Salem, Alabama, they had 4 basic channels, and they rarely showed any baseball at all. Fly ball to center, very playable. Blanco's there, and we have one away. In fact, in talking about growing up without television, without baseball, he couldn't understand why players were kids he was with. But talking about big leaguers, and he does remember once saying, "Who is this Mattingly guy? Everybody wanted number 23, and I had no idea why." Well, you're looking at him tonight, Tim. He's trying to beat you. Matt Kemp fly to center in the second inning, 0 for 1. And that's a strike. That's a fastball at 89 with a little sink. On deck, Hanley Ramirez. And a line drive to left field, racing over to backhand it on the run. Good play by Chris Dominguez. So Kemp has hit the ball hard twice, and he is 0 for 2. Lining out to center, and now lining out to left. Fine play by Dominguez to break to his right and backhand it. And the batter now, Hanley Ramirez. Hanley had a base hit in the second inning. Ground ball to the hole at short. He's listening to his favorite song. And now he'll get in the box. Sinking fastball for a strike. Hudson, who's basically that sinker ground ball pitcher, got the ground ball just what he wanted in the second inning. Big slider, 1-1. In the second inning with one out, Ramirez single, Crawford single into third, and Uribe hit into a double play. One ball and one strike. One and two, off speed, dropping it all the way to 82. Among other things, we mentioned that Hudson does not walk right-hand batters. Instead, he strikes them out. He had an earned run average of 2.8 for the first half of the season. And down goes Hanley. Showcase fastball that might have been out of the strike zone, and Ramirez goes after it. Down go the Dodgers, and at the end of 4, it's Giants 1, Dodgers nothing. Yes, that was a quick glimpse of 2004. The Dodgers could have won the West on October 1, but they lost to the Giants. So the following day, the famous Grand Slam walk-off winner by Steve Finley to beat the Giants. But that was 10 years ago. Sometimes seems like yesterday. Fifth inning, Gregor Blanco single to left field in the third inning. And it brings up an interesting point. The fact that Kershaw gave up a single to the left-hand hitting Panic and a single to the left-hand hitting Blanco. You might wonder about the most hits Kershaw has ever allowed in a game to left-handed hitters in the lineup, and the number is 3. And the Giants, as we mentioned, so far have 2. In June, Matt Carpenter of the Cardinals had 3 hits, the first left-hander to ever have 3 hits in a single game against Kershaw. That's in there. Came here the end of June this year. 2 balls and 1 strike. Big overhand curveball. 2-2 the count. Remember, Clayton's been very successful against the Giants. He's 13-5, 4 shutouts against them. Giants hitting 183 in the past. Oh, what a breaking ball. See you later. I mean, that's the pitch. The Blanco is caught looking, as was everybody else.
Pitcher number 17, Tim Hudson.
Kershaw, the last time Hudson came up to the plate, Hudson on a full swing. Clayton dropped to his right knee, turned around, backhanded the ball, held the runners, and threw Hudson out. That was a bit of Houdini right there. And that's ball 1. Fastball hit up the middle. Gordon is on it. 2 down.
Right fielder number 8, Hunter Pence.
Take another look. This time he was unable to spin and get it, but Gordon had to play easily. So Hunter Pence coming up. Hunter is 3 for 41. Lined out in the first inning. And the one consolation for him, he grounded to third in the third inning, and that got the run home. Pence with 179 hits. And the last time we looked, Denard Span, I believe, has now passed him with 180. He's had the most hits in the league for a good portion of the year. And he's in a hole 0-2. Dodgers entered the game having already won 90 games. That's first time in a while. Fastball got him. So Pence is caught looking. Kershaw now has struck out 6, but Tim Hudson and the Giants are still holding on despite the strikeout. It's still Giants 1, Dodgers nothing. Fan Appreciation Day at Dodger Stadium. A number of giveaways and prizes, including 2015 season tickets, a brand new 60-inch class LG Smart TV, United Airlines vouchers, and much more. For all information, visit Dodgers.com/fan appreciation. Check that out today. Fifth inning, it'll be Crawford, Uribe, and Ellis, and Tim Hudson has been doing a terrific job. Breaking ball hit him directly on the foot. No reason to boo. There was certainly no intent on a big slow curveball that just dropped down, but the Dodgers now have a base runner with nobody out. Breaking ball got him right on the toes. So Crawford with 22 stolen bases. The Dodgers want to make sure a wing didn't fall off that shoe. It'd be held on by Buster Posey. And the batter is Juan Uribe, who hit into the double play in the second inning. There goes Crawford. Change up, no chance. He ran on a great pitch. That's a luck of the draw. But it was an off-speed pitch, and Susac didn't have a chance. In Hudson's career, the opposition has been successful 69% of the time. This year, they have really run on him. 14 stolen bases out of 17 tries. Fly ball to right field. Pence going back. Crawford tags. Hunter for the catch. And Crawford on his way to third. Tying run, 1 out away. And A.J. Ellis coming up.
Catcher number 17, A.J. Ellis.
A.J. Ellis walked in the third inning, and he got as far as third. Hudson has done a particularly good job against the Dodgers 2 through 5. That would mean Puig, Gonzalez, Kemp, and Ramirez. They've had 9 swings and misses against him. So now the infield will play up. A.J. the batter. Crawford obviously okay after stealing second, is now at third. And A.J. trying to get him home with 1 out. And popped up. And it will be Arias waiting. So A.J. didn't hang around very long. Pops it up. Interesting when you realize he's up there against a basically sinker ball pitcher, a guy who gets 2 ground balls for every fly ball, and yet on the very first pitch he got it up in the air. Here's the contact made because of the tremendous cameras that we now use, and it went up the chute. So it's still 1-0 Giants. Dodgers have a tying run for the second time at third. 0-1. One run, 4 hits for the Giants. No runs, 2 hits for the Dodgers. That missed. 1-1. So in the inning, Crawford hit by a pitch, stole second, took third on the fly ball by Uribe to deep right, only to have A.J. Ellis pop it up. And a base hit, would you believe? And there's nobody in that area. And on his way to second and on his way to third is Kershaw. He is in there. And we have a 1-1 tie. And the chant again, MVP. A big gap. Once it got by the infield, there wasn't anybody out there. Kershaw got a ball up and made the most of it as he legs himself a triple. And now the Dodgers have a tiebreaker at third and D. Gordon at the plate. Boy, did that wake up the bench, huh? Oh, and 1 to count to D. Gordon grounded out easily in the first inning to Posey, but then in the third inning he hit a shot. It was to Posey's gloved side, and that meant he took it away instead of an extra base hit. So in the first triple of his career, Clayton Kershaw huffing and puffing at third base. What effect that will have on him in the sixth inning, he's going to face Panik, Posey, and Sandoval. Little ground foul. 0-2. One run, 4 hits for the Giants. 1 run, 3 hits for the Dodgers. And we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. They get a left-hander, Javier Lopez, one of the best in the business, warming up now in the Giant bullpen. 0-2. Inside corner, strike 3 called. So it means the Dodgers have left a man at third base twice tonight. And at the end of 5, it's a 1-1 tie. Clayton Kershaw. The Dodgers playing their last game ever at Ebbets Field, and it was a very sad night. The Dodgers won the game 2-0. Little left-hander named Danny McDevitt beat the Pittsburgh Pirates. But the story that night I'll never forget was the organist, Gladys Gooding. Gladys was known to have a drink or 3 once in a while, and she showed up that night with a little brown bag. And when she went into the room where the organ was, she locked the door. You couldn't get in there. And the first song she played that night was My Buddy, which is one of the saddest songs you'll ever want to hear. And she went down from there. And I think she was taking a nip here and there as she played the organ. By the time the game was over, it was the most depressive night you'd ever experienced. Little did we know we would leave the tears in Brooklyn and come back to the sunshine and the joys and the glories of Southern California. Sometimes things work out right. Let's go back to this one.
And ball one. Now the first thing you start to think about is the fact that Clayton Kershaw just ran from home to third. Didn't really have much of a chance to catch his breath. 1-1. We also know, of course, they're young and in tremendous condition, but at the end of a year, give you an idea, going into this game, he had made 2,605 pitches. 1 and 2 to panic. Last year at this time, he had made 3,346 pitches. That's a difference of over 740 pitches. That would be another 6 or 7 starts. 1 and 2. Foul ball. So far this year, coming into the game, as Tim Hudson watches in a 1-1 tie. Kershaw came into this game having pitched 190 innings, 191 innings, 165 of them scoreless. Watch that bouncer come up, stayed under the glove, took a little bite out of AJ, but he's okay. 2 and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And slap to left, coming up for it, Crawford. The 1 out in the 6th, and the batter Buster Posey, he grounded to third and hit into a double play by way of third. Buster, the one man in the lineup that has a home run against Kershaw. Oh, and 1. 1 out, 6th inning in a 1-1 tie. Foul ball. 0-2 the count. Kershaw hitting that big triple to tie up the game brings up the memory for the Giants and anybody else when Clayton's only career home run came against the Giants. That was opening day last year. He hit it over the center field wall and the Dodgers won the game 1-0. Just held up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The home run, in case you ever come up to the trivia question, was hit against George Contos of the Giants. Fast one that had a good sink to it. Down goes the man Posey. Take a look back, flashback to opening day a year ago. Fastball, dead center. Pagan watching, and it goes over the wall. And little did we know at the time, Dodgers going to win that game 1-0.
Correction, third baseman, number 48, Pablo.
7 strikeouts for Clayton. Sandoval has popped up and single 11. We have a 1-1 tie. 2 out, 6th inning. Big slow curveball. That was a different curveball. It wasn't that big high rainbow curve. That stayed down a bit out there and then drops in. That's a great pitch for him. Fast one, fouled off. No balls and 2 strikes to Pablo Sandoval. Take that last pitch, take a look at it. Fouled right into the mask of A.J. Ellis. Stan Cotty coming out to make check of the plate umpire, Chad Fairchild. He has a chest protector under that black shirt, but he took a pretty good lick, just like A.J. Ellis. Take another look. Oh. So Chad's hanging in there. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 out, 6th inning. 1-2. Sandoval singled in the 4th inning. Kershaw has retired 8 in a row since. One and two. '83 pitches now. Give you an idea, Tim Hudson through 5 innings has made only 60. Change hit up the middle. Gordon backhands, drops it, picks it up, no play. A straight changeup, and Sandoval can be so thankful to get that pitch with 2 strikes on it. It will be a base hit up the middle, and the batter will be Andros Susac. Andy struck out twice in the 2nd and 4th. There's the off-speed straight change and high. The Kershaw, in some ways, got away with that pitch. Sandoval could just a while hit that ball in the bleachers. So a single up the middle. Gordon unable to make the play. Sandoval is now 2 for 3. And here is Susac. Pop foul out of play. 0-1. Giants 1 run, 5 hits. Dodgers 1 run, 3 hits. 2 out in the 6th. It is what it figured to be. Another push against shove. Fastball. 0-2. Just low. And at 95, that's about as hard as Kershaw has made a pitch tonight. One and two. There's the curveball hit between his legs into center field. Stopping at second is Sandoval. So twice now Kershaw has gone off speed with 2 strikes. Looked like a straight change to Sandoval. It was up. Now the slow curveball, and that's hit right between his legs. No matador catch that time. Of course, it is the 3rd time around, and it's a big guessing game based on the previous 2 at-bats. So Susac, who had been caught, finally got that slow curveball and hit it up the middle. So here's Dominguez, hit back to the box, struck out. Fastball for ball 1. Dominguez called up from Fresno the 1st of September. Two on, 2 out, 1-1 in the 6th. Fastball for a strike. And at 95. So there's still some gas in the tank, but he's also reached 90 pitches. 1-1. Fastball. Looking at the pitch count throughout the year, the most pitches that Clayton made, 115 pitches going 9 innings against San Diego. 2-1. Oh, swung on and missed. Thought it was a foul ball. Wow. So that's a huge play, whatever happened. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out at second and third. Take a look. Down and dirty and right between Ellis' legs. Since it hit the dirt, it'll be a wild pitch. Although that's not necessarily in the book for the scorer. But the majority of times when the pitch is in the dirt, they blame the pitcher. Second and third, the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and 2 on in a tied-up game 1-1. Fouled away. Sandoval and Susac out there at second and third. 1 run, 6 hits for the Giants. 1 run, 3 hits for the Dodgers. Kershaw with the big one, a triple to drive in the Dodger run. Little bouncer, backhanded, and be out. And all of Los Angeles exhales. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. And we're heading for the bottom of the 6th in a 1-1 tie. For tonight, and it's not over for the year. The Dodgers will be off tomorrow, and then starting Friday, the final weekend of the year, the Colorado Rockies. And of course, remember, Friday is also our Friday night fireworks show, the last one. Saturday at 6, and then Fan Appreciation Day on Sunday. That's always a lot of fun. And of course, a lot of folks win some great prizes. That's 1 p.m. And then we'll find out where we go from there. One thing we know, Clayton Kershaw has labored. He has made 94 pitches in 6 innings. And from now on, you just wonder how much he has left. We'll find out soon enough. Dodgers, meanwhile, will have Puig, Gonzalez, and Kemp trying to give him some offensive support. Puig has struck out, grounded out, 0 for 2. So Puig having a lot of trouble shaking his head. He hasn't made contact, which is really enough to make you shake your head. 0-1. Javier Lopez throwing in the bullpen back of Hudson. And the off-speed pitch is in there. 1 run, 6 hits for the Giants. 1 run, 3 hits for the Dodgers. Dodgers have left 4. Giants have left 5. Fastball hit in the air to right and deep. Back goes Pence to the track at the wall. He made contact, and the Dodgers lead 2-1. Yasiel Puig on a no-ball, 2-strike count hits it out. Oh, he's ready to fly. So Tim Hudson, the ground ball pitcher, gives up a home run. Fastball up and away, and Puig is so strong. And he can go deep with that kind of a pitch. The 2-1 Dodgers, and here's Adrian Gonzalez. Ball 1. Shift is on again. Panics in right field. Arias near second base, and Puig in heaven. And Boshi not in heaven. And a high drive, but that's playable. Here comes Pence. He will pick it off.
Dodgers right fielder, number 27.
Yasiel Puig. Frustrated beyond frustration. But he finally hits his 16th home run and gives the Dodgers the 2-1 lead. Take another look. Flipping that bat and then keeping that left hand in the air. He knew he had hit it. So the Dodgers leading Tim Hudson 2 runs, 4 hits. Giants 1 run, 6 hits. Now Matt Kemp. Ball 1. Matt 24 home runs tonight. Fly to center. Hit the ball hard. Good running catch by Dominguez in left field in the 4th inning. They load up on Matt. 3 men on the left side. Posey all alone between first and second. In the bullpen for the Giants, Javier Lopez and Gene Machi. And a tired Kershaw getting a little lift by that home run by Puig. 2-1. Wouldn't bite. 3-1. So Kershaw has made 94 pitches. He has 3 innings to go. And he finally has a lead of 2-1. Fastball, 3-2. By the way, an interesting note about Kershaw's triple. There have been 3 triples by pitchers this year, all within 5 days. Andrew Kashner against the Giants, Clayton Kershaw against the Giants, Jake Arrieta tonight against St. Louis. 3-2. And driven to right center. There's nobody there. It'll go to the wall. So Matt, who doesn't run like he used to, will settle for a stand-up double. Jake Peterson looking on as Matt comes up with a big double. And the batter now will be Hanley Ramirez, but Bruce Bochy is up the steps, and Bochy is going to the pen. So after we see Kemp hit the double, we're going to see Gene Machi coming in from the bullpen to pitch against Hanley Ramirez. So Kemp spanked that thing in the gap. The hustle by both Blanco and Pence, and Hunter picks it up. So they'll be going to the bullpen with the Dodgers leading 2-1, and we'll be back. At Dodgers.com/shop for the largest online selection of authentic MLB postseason caps, t-shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, and more. Get set for the exciting Dodger postseason run in all the latest gear. Get your official championships straight from the source, the Dodgers.com shop. Well, a little bit of a surprise with Hanley Ramirez coming up. Tim Hudson, who pitched a tremendous effort, gives way to the left-hander Javi Lopez. And the reason, if they get by Hanley Ramirez, the Dodgers have the left hand hitting Carl Crawford, and they're going to walk Hanley Ramirez. So that's another reason why they brought Lopez in instead of Machi. So in a moment, Dodgers will have first and second, one out, and Bochy will go head-to-head with Carl Crawford. You know, an interesting thing in Tim Hudson's long and wonderful career, he has given up only 6 home runs on an 0-2 pitch. Interestingly enough, in his only losing season in an 18-year career, 3 of those 6 home runs have come this year. And of course, we're talking about Yasiel Puig's home run to right field on a no-ball, 2-strike count. Yasiel hit a fastball up and away, and he hit it far away to give the Dodgers the lead. Javi Lopez, about as tough as there is in the league to pitch against a left-hand batter. He's been brilliant. His earned run average in his last 31 appearances is 1.3. And more than that, left-hand batters are hitting 182 against him. And of late, left-handers are just 6 for 45. So he's remarkable. Javi Lopez picking up for Tim Hudson. 2 on, 1 out, 2-1 Dodgers, 6th inning. And a drive down the right field line. Marvelous or not, he's just given up an extra base hit. 1 run scores by Kemp. Here comes Ramirez, and the throw to the plate. He's in there. And the Dodgers lead 4-1 on a double by Carl Crawford. Crawford against as tough a left-hander as there is in the league. Javi Lopez doubles into the right field corner. Dodgers pick up a 3-run inning and now lead 4-1. Boshi is on his way back to the mound, and that will do it for the left-hander Lopez. They did have Machi in the bullpen, but what a surprise as Ramirez scores just ahead of the throw coming in from second base. Kemp scored, and then Ramirez on the home run by Puig, a 3-run dandy. So 4-1 Dodgers. Machi's coming in, and we'll be right back. Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is driven by your Southern California Mazda dealer. The Dodgers score 3 times here in the 6th inning. Home run by Puig, double by Kemp, intentional walk to Ramirez, and the big double by Crawford. And the Dodgers 4-1 lead. Hanley Ramirez just beating the throw by Panic to the plate. And it all started on a no-ball 2-strike home run by Yasiel Puig. So Juan Uribe will now be facing Gene Machi. Lopez, I'm sure, in shock because he dominates left-handers, but not tonight with Carl Crawford. And that's whacked down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is foul. Boy, did Uribe jump on it. Turned it, no balls, and 1 strike. That had plenty on it. It just kept hooking. But every time you look at it, it's still going to go foul. But it was close. So Gene Machi. And the umpires now with Don Mattingly. I'm not sure if he was challenging the call or not. It was pretty obvious. And yet all 4 umpires get together. No balls, 1 strike. So Clayton Kershaw, who really struggled in the 6th inning, made 26 pitches, got out of the jam, having hit that big triple in the 5th inning, now has a cushion to rest on with still only 1 out. Fastball misses. Gene Machi out of Venezuela spent 13 years plugging away in the minor leagues. Finally came up 2012 briefly. Now if you look to the Dodger bullpen, if indeed Kershaw can't go beyond maybe the 7th inning, keep in mind the fact that Kenley Jansen is somewhat overworked. One hopper through into left field. Crawford's going to be waved in. Dominguez makes a throw way off line, and the Dodgers lead 5-1. So Crawford didn't get a home run, but he had a huge double. And then on a pitch up, Uribe promptly bangs out into left field, and Crawford beats the throw by Dominguez. So it is a 4-run inning, and the Dodgers now lead 5-1. 5 runs, 7 hits. Giants 1 run, 6 hits. We talked about Kenley Jansen, if indeed they need him. Kenley on Sunday made 23 pitches. On Monday made 21 pitches. Little comebacker. They'll go and get 1, and they will easily get 2. And then on Tuesday, Jansen made 11. So we'll see how far Kershaw can carry a 5-1 lead, spearheaded by the leadoff home run by Yasiel Puig on a no-ball 2-strike count. We're heading to the 7th, 5-1 Dodgers. Have arrived at the 7th inning. Joaquin Arias leading off, shows bunt, takes a strike, and the count 0-1. So now the pitch count for Kershaw is almost as important as the score, but giving him 4 runs or more, his record is 66-0. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5 runs, 7 hits for the Dodgers, 1 run, 6 hits for the Giants. And it all started on a no-ball 2-strike pitch by Tim Hudson to Yasiel Puig, who had been having trouble making contact. He got that pitch up and away and hit it into the right field pavilion. Foul ball. Kershaw now has made 97 pitches. No one throwing in the Dodger bullpen yet, and that's the operative word. Miguel Rojas now at shortstop for Hanley Ramirez. 1-2. Got him. Hard slider down. That is the 8th strikeout for Clayton Kershaw. And the batter will be Gregor Blanco.
Center fielder number 7, Gregor Blanco.
Blanco single to left and struck out. He's 1 for 2. By the way, you ought to put the spotlight on Carl Crawford for one brief shining moment. You know, it was Crawford who had that gigantic double to really break the inning open. You know, since the 4th of August, he's hitting .394 over 42 games. Line drive, base hit by Blanco. He's 2 for 3. And Matt Duffy will be coming up. So remember, we talked about left-hand batters having as many as 3 hits in a game against Clayton Kershaw, and it has happened tonight. Blanco has 2 and Panik has 1. Giants have 1 run, 7 hits. Kershaw has been saved by the fact he's had great control. He has not walked anybody yet. And here's Duffy. Matt hitting .222. And ball 1. So Duffy hits for Machi. And Hunter Pence on deck. One ball, no strike. And that's a broken bat flare into right center. On his way is Blanco to third. The throw to third. Got him. Oh, another great throw by Yasiel Puig. Gregor Blanco down by 4. Tried to go from first to third, and Puig puts the line on him. Up with the ball, full turn, and a strike to third. The only thing we waited for was third base umpire's call, and that's Adrian Johnson. And Adrian was in no hurry. He wanted to make sure Uribe would hold on to the ball. There's the tag, Johnson watching, and then puts the arm up. So Yasiel Puig, who's been, let's say, hiding out, has suddenly burst forth into the spotlight, and we have 2 out in the 7th inning. Hunter Pence 0 for 3. He's now 3 for 42. He's about ready to try another bat. And that's going to go down the line. Gordon pursuing it. So Kershaw drawing the error, but it comes with 2 out, and Hunter Pence with a no ball 1 strike count. Blanco nailed at third, which was a gamble. Any ball hit anywhere near Puig, especially when you're down by 4 runs. You don't like to gamble, and gambling against Puig, chances are snake eyes. 0-1. Sliced foul. 0-2. Take another look at the throw. He is so strong and so accurate. I mean, the throw was waiting for him. You talk about being hung out to dry. He sent him to the dry cleaning. 0-2 to count to Hunter Pence. Check swing. That's strike 3. Ellis has to throw to first and got him. Yasiel Puig hits a home run, makes a magnificent throw, and comes jogging into the roars of the crowd. A great throw to the plate the other night. Another one right on the money at third base. And we're heading for the bottom of the 7th. It's 5-1 Dodgers. forget Saturday, La Gran Fiesta. Viva los Doyers. There'll be live music, food, autographs, games, and fun for the whole family starting at 2 p.m. Free with your ticket to the game. Brought to you by Chevrolet, State Farm, Coca-Cola, and Time Warner Cable. So for tickets, visit Dodgers.com/Viva today. The chant welling up, MVP, MVP. That heralds the arrival of Clayton Kershaw as he checks in to lead off here in the bottom of the 7th against the veteran left-hander Jeremy Affeldt. Check swing, and it's going to be a swing, says Adrian Johnson. 0-1 to count. Clayton has allowed 8 hits, but he has not walked anybody. So he's allowed only 1 run. That's a strike. Jeremy Affeldt's dad, that would be David Affeldt. He was an Air Force captain and a bombardier who flew B-52s. So you can understand the family bounced on a lot. That'll do it. I would think the Dodgers are just as glad to get Kershaw back into the dugout and a chance to sit down and catch his breath. So D. Gordon will be coming up as Clayton makes his way back to the dugout. Gordon is 0 for 3. Struck out in the 5th inning. Giants look bunt. Posey, Sandoval up. The outfield really split. Blanco's in left center and Pence deep in right. I mean, the wide open spaces out there. That's kind of the way they played Kershaw when he tripled. Little ground ball. Arias in the dirt. Good pick by Posey. 2 down. And Yasiel Puig taking his time coming up. He had struck out, he had grounded out, and he was in a hole. The count, no balls and 2 strikes, and a fastball up and away, and he is so strong he hit it into the right field bleachers. And then of course he wasn't finished because defensively he made the great play to nail Gregor Blanco trying to go from first to third on the base hit by Duffy. And ball 1. 16 home runs, 67 runs batted in for him. Fastball misses. When the Giants hit in the 8th, they'll have Panic, Posey, and Sandoval. And certainly the Dodgers will be keeping an eye on Kershaw, who has made 104 pitches. We'll see. That's fouled away. Remember, we told you this time last year Kershaw had made 3,346 pitches. Going into tonight's game, he had made 2,605. Remember, he was on the DL for about a month. So about 700 pitches less this year than last. Fastball whacked to center, but that's heading for Blanco's glove. So Puig starting to hit the ball sharply again. But the Dodgers go out in order against Affeldt. And we are heading to the 8th inning with the Dodgers leading the Giants in a huge game, 5-1. Inning. Take a look at Clayton Kershaw graphically, and it comes up this way. He had his first career no-hitter in June against Colorado. He had that 41 straight scoreless inning streak. 20 wins, tied most in the major leagues, looking for number 21 tonight. ERA an incredible 1.7, lowest in the majors, and 6 complete games, most in the big leagues. Clayton Kershaw now will have to gut it out in the 8th inning. Strike. Joe Panik struck out, singled, flied to left. Darwin Barney is now in the game at second base for D. Gordon. Slow curveball, but that stayed up. 1 ball and 1 strike. He has now made 106 pitches. No one is throwing, but they are moving the furniture around, and Brian Wilson is getting up. 1-2. To repeat, the most pitches by Kershaw in a game this year. 113. Back the end of July. Bad ball, chased and missed, and down goes Panik. Kershaw now has 10 strikeouts. You know what's amazing, really? Been sitting here watching him, and your first thought is he's not as sharp as we've seen him. I mean, how incredibly good can you be? You think he's not as sharpy as you've seen him, and he has struck out 10 and allowed 1 run. That's a strike. I guess the big difference, the fact that he has given up 8 hits. Oh, and 1. And fly ball, late start by Puig, but he's there. 2 out in the 8th. The paid attendance tonight in a sea of blue at Dodger Stadium, 53,387. That would be the 10th sellout of the year. Understandably tonight, the Dodgers now are 4 outs away. J.P. Howell and Brian Wilson warming up in the Dodger bullpen. And here's the Panda, popped up, single to left, singled up the middle. And ball 1. By the way, Pirates lost to Atlanta tonight, and the Cardinals lost to the Cubs. With a win tonight, the Dodgers would also lock up home advantage over the Cardinals, if that indeed is the first round matchup. First 2 games would be right here. If. And that's fouled away. 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Dodgers. 1 run, 8 hits, no errors for the Giants. And folks starting to get up now here in the 8th inning, trying to spiritually help Kershaw along the way. Fouled away. 114 pitches. Particularly impressive after you watched him run for that triple in the 5th inning. And again the chant, MVP. One and 2. Fastball, and the pesky Pablo fouls it away. 115 pitches. So on a night where he has been asked to give it all, Clayton has given it all. This is now the high. 116 pitches. Ground foul. Yeah, he's huffing and puffing now. I guess you could say he's going on fumes. Got him. 11 strikeouts on a night where you thought, well, he isn't quite himself. How good can you be? MVP. Inning. I believe Kershaw is done. From the way the teammates have been reacting, everybody coming over, shaking his hand. There's his buddy A.J. Ellis. Together they have gone a long way. Clayton gathering his helmet and his batting glove. You mean they're going to send him up there? Darwin Barney over to congratulate him. Right about now, he does look like he arrived here on a raft and been out at sea for a few days. Putting the helmet away. No way he's going to bat. Meanwhile, young fella by the name of Eric Cordier. He's from Dupere, Wisconsin. 6'4" and 215. And ball one to Adrian Gonzalez. Adrian tonight struck out, flied to center, and flied very deep to right. Check swing, the look, no swing. 2 balls and no strikes to Adrian. Five runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Dodgers, 1 run, 8 hits, no errors for the Giants. 3-0 count now. And finally, there he is, Kenley Jansen. He's worked Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Kershaw is still sitting in the dugout. And ball 4. So Cordier walks Gonzalez, and the batter will be Matt Kemp. Bruce Bochy has always held Clayton Kershaw as something special, and Bruce would be the first to compliment Kershaw. And again, I say it, you're almost embarrassed to say it, that we have seen him much sharper. But he allowed 8 hits, and then all of a sudden you say, yeah, 1 run. struck out 11. Just how sharp can he possibly be? Well, he has been and can be better. And a strike. And you know, when you hear the chant in the ballpark, MVP, MVP, Bruce Bochy said, quote, talking about Kershaw, the guy's the best in the game. I don't know if there's a more deserving MVP. Forget the Cy Young Award. I mean, those are stupid numbers that he's piling up. Well, stupid or otherwise, 1 run, 8 hits, and 11 strikeouts. And by the way, no walks. He made a magical play defensively, got distracted on a messed up apparent pickoff play at second base and balked. He also had a wild pitch. Oh, Matt Kemp, who had that big double, comes up empty and down he goes. 1 away here in the 8th. Matt kind of hurt himself on that. He's limping. Watch this swing. The left foot turned, so he hurt his left ankle on that swing. I remember one game late in the year, big pennant race, and Bob Gibson, the great Gibby, was going to pitch against the Dodgers, swung in batting practice and broke his ankle. Well, Kemp hurt his left ankle. That foot just turned over. High pop foul down the line. A trio of Giants panic. Can't make it. The hustling rookie second baseman gave it his best shot. 0-1. Take another look at Matt Kemp. The swing. And maybe he did it to himself. Yeah. I thought his left foot turned over, and it looks like the bat got him on the other ankle. Yeah, he was 2 for 2 there for a minute. Miguel Rojas taking over for Hanley Ramirez. Ramirez singled, struck out, was walked intentionally, and then that huge double by Carl Crawford that drove in Kemp and Ramirez. Ramirez just beating the relay throw from Joe Panik at the plate. Carl Crawford. They're remarkable for a left-hand hitter to do the damage he did against Javier Lopez. You just don't see that. Ground foul, 1-2. When the Giants come up in the 9th inning. And you know what? There's no one throwing in the Dodger bullpen. And Kershaw sitting in the dugout. Would he go out there for the 9th? He has 6 complete games. Fastball. Arias juggles, can't make the feed, and everybody's safe. Looked like Arias was just going to shovel the ball to Panik. Instead, he couldn't make it, and the Dodgers get a gift. First and second, and Crawford coming up. There's the catch. No shovel. So it'll be E6. Giants have been hurt defensively at short. Brandon Crawford has had a fine year with the bat. 67 RBIs last I looked, but Crawford has also made 21 errors as he looks on. Though for Bochy, what looked like a nice double play ball, instead 2 on, 1 out. And here's the man who really pained him the most. 0-1. Yeah, Puig's home run broke the tie. But Crawford's double might have broken the Giants' hearts. 2 for 2, single to right, hit by a pitch, and double to right. Scored twice, knocked in 2. Fouled away. Wow, 99. So the Giants have some fellas who will really burn up a speed gun. We were talking about one of them last night, Hunter Strickland. He throws a nice easy 98 all night. So here's Cordier at 6'4", 215, and he's throwing 98, 99. Oh, and 2. Look out. So Crawford is hit for the second time. Boy, that had to hurt. Dave Righetti's going to go out and try and talk to Cordier. Sandoval comes over, puts his arms around him as if to say, don't get carried away now. Righetti out there to counsel. Fastball got him off the right bicep. I'm trying to figure what the speed was on that pitch. Do we have it? He has a protective gear. It was 98 miles an hour when he was nailed on the right elbow.
Third baseman number 5, Juan Uribe.
All of a sudden, the inning with one out instead of a double play to end it. Now the bases are loaded. Juan Uribe hit into a double play, fly to right, single to left. And ball one. Nice save by Susac. Eric Cordier in 4 previous games hit 2. So he's already hit 3 in a very, very brief big league career. His strikeouts to walk almost 4-1. And he's gotten himself in a little extra trouble here. That's a strike. Uribe grounded into a double play, fly to right, and then single to left to drive in a run. So it's been Hudson, Lopez, Machi, Affeldt, and Cordier. Well, he's wild. He is young and he is wild. There's certainly no reason you should never in this situation think he's throwing at anybody. He's a hard throwing kid just trying to get out of the inning. Tell you one thing, he'd let everybody know. You see anybody throw 98, 99 and he's not sure where he's throwing the ball, that really sends a message. 2-1. Well, that was 99. Big boy out of Wisconsin. Meanwhile, both Kenley Jansen and Brian Wilson are at the stage where with only one out they'll warm up a pitch and then stop. Clayton talking with Dan Herron. Fouled away. 99. Wow. So you have a kid like Cordier, and then you bring in a kid like Strickland, who throws just as hard. And for Bruce Bochy, with Bumgarner sitting behind him, he has some strong arms in the pen if they're reliable enough to throw strikes. 2-2 with the bases loaded, 1 out in the 8th. 5-1 Dodgers. Fouled away. So Gonzalez at third, Rojas at second, Crawford at first. 1 out. Cordier has made 20 pitches. Of course, the ground ball to Arias, that should have been a double play ball. The inning should have been over. Dodgers know full well they are 3 outs away. And driven down the line, foul again. Uribe's hit a couple, but they don't stay fair. Last night he hit a monster, almost as high as the foul pole, and it hooked foul. Tonight he hit one foul down the line. This one was foul almost immediately. So near and yet so far, and the count 2-2. Now Susak going out to talk to him. 53,387 coming out tonight. Dodgers certainly would like to thank their fans. They're now 3,000,006, and I would guess by the time Sunday night they will have 3.8. So they owe a great deal of thanks to these marvelous fans, day in, day out, good times or bad. They've been out here with us. 2-2. And ball 3. And he hits 100 on the gun. How'd you like to be the hitter? You're looking out at a guy who can throw 100, and you're wondering, I wonder if he can throw a strike. Whoa. Fastball hit into the hole, base hit. Here comes Gonzalez. Right behind him is Rojas. Over to third safely is Crawford, and the Dodgers lead 7-1. 7 rhymes with heaven, and that's the atmosphere here at Dodger Stadium. Three RBIs for Juan Uribe, all because the Giants couldn't turn the double play. The Boshi going out to the mound pats the young pitcher on the back. Boy, he threw BBs. Just really didn't have an idea of where the strike zone was, and Uribe cashed it in. We'll be right back. The only thing that Clayton Kershaw did tonight was strike out 11. He also struck him out with every imaginable pitch that he owned, made the great magical defensive play. Oh yes, one other thing, he tripled into the gap in right center field to drive in the tying run at the time that made it 1-1. Yep, Clayton Kershaw, without a doubt, the player of the game at 53,000 387 would certainly approve. Meanwhile, A.J. Ellis will be facing Juan Gutierrez. So it started with Hudson and then Lopez, Machi, Afel, Cordier, and Gutierrez. Andre Ethier is out on deck if the inning continues. A.J. Ellis has walked, popped up, hit into a double play. Oh, one other thing. It should be duly noted in the minutes of the last meeting. The Dodgers got a base hit with the bases loaded. And if you've been following the ball club, that's a headline. Off speed, ball one. Carl Crawford down the line from third. Juan Uribe away from first. Juan Gutierrez, 6'2", a good 250 from Venezuela. Check swing, ball two. When the Giants come up in the ninth inning, they are due to have Susac, the catcher, Dominguez, the left fielder, and Arias, the shortstop. We'll see. Arias committing the double play, messing it up. Otherwise, Dodgers probably would not have scored here in the eighth. It was a tough game through five if you weren't with us at the start. Foul back. At the end of 5 innings, after Clayton Kershaw had tripled in a run, the Dodgers tied the Giants 1-1. And then the 6th inning, everything went the Dodgers' way, starting by Yasiel Puig hitting a home run on a no-ball, 2-strike count. That started it. Then Matt Kemp doubled, and the Dodgers were off to the races. Fouled away. 2-2 to AJ. As all catchers do, he's had a running conversation, not argument, just a running conversation with the plate umpire, Chad Fairchild. Sometimes after fouling off a pitch, he'll turn and, did I swing at a strike? And big overhand breaking ball. He just did get a little of it. Oh no, I guess he didn't. He's walking away, but only a few feet. He'll be coming back. Meanwhile, the frustrating Giants know that they are now heading for Pittsburgh in the wild card race, going head to head. The Pirates beat the Giants 4 out of 6 this year. Little ground ball wide of third. Nice pick by Sandoval to get the force. Too late at first. Crawford brings in the run, and the Dodgers lead 8-1. So AJ, a force play and a run batted in. Crawford had a huge hit tonight. That double against Javier Lopez, that was inspirational for the rest of the ball club.
Pinch hitting for the Dodgers, number 16, Andre.
So Andre Ethier will check in. Crawford, by the way, in the dugout, has been hit by pitch twice, and he has singled and doubled. He has scored 3 times, and he has driven in 2. Carl Crawford has had quite a night. So here's Ethier. Ball one. Ethier getting a rare at bat. Yeah, there's the man worthy of a smile, Carl Crawford. 1 ball and no strikes. Ball 2. Be honest with you, in watching all the games, it became routine watching Javier Lopez come in and stifle a left-hand batter. So it was quite a shock to see Crawford double to right, not to mention what that did to Lopez. He was very much unaccustomed to that. 3-0 the count to Ethier. Waiting on deck, Darwin Barney. Tough time for Bruce Bochy now, and a very happy D. Gordon. And a very placid Hyun-Jin Ryu. Dodgers figure he might be ready for the playoffs. Why not? 3-0, let him swing. Clayton Kershaw had one big hit tonight, a triple to right center field. Tied up the game. Kemp, Turner enjoying the moment. And ball 4. So the inning gets longer and longer for Bruce Bochy. Darwin Barney have a chance to swing the bat. Darwin Barney last night pinch hit for Greinke, grounded out, stayed in at second base, and made a wonderful play in the 9th inning on a ball hit by Joe Panik. That was that one in a moment that the cameras caught. And good breaking ball for a strike. That's when Barney went skidding out on the grass. The right hand was grabbing the grass, and as he was getting up, he dried the right hand off on the back of his leg so that he would have a good grip on the ball. It was really a heads-up veteran play, something you don't even think about, and you were watching the throw, but the camera caught it. 0-1. Off speed, 1-1. Glenn Diamond, our producer, spotted it last night, and we were able to show you a veteran making a truly veteran's play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the play. Up and in. He just did check up. And he has to bail in a hurry. Couldn't bear to watch. Bochy, if he's counting the minutes, it's been a 25-minute half inning. Hunter Pence, no doubt at the stage of even stopped talking to himself. Ramirez now comfortably out of the game, enjoying the view. Foul back, 3-2. Juan Gutierrez out of Puerto La Cruz in Venezuela, originally signed by the Houston Astros. Big man, 6'2" and at least 250. Matt Kemp at that stage where life is just beautiful. 3-2, 2 out. Runners will be going. Ellis and Ethier, and ball 4. So Bochy has to be fit to be tied in the Giant dugout. Any volunteers down there? Well, Righetti will get on the phone. So Yasiel Puig will be coming up against somebody with the bases loaded and 2 out. Righetti checking.
Center fielder number 66, Yasiel Puig.
So they're going to let Gutierrez stay in there. In case you missed it, no ball, 2 strike count, fastball up and away, and Puig sends it away into the right field pavilion. It broke the 1-1 tie, and the Dodgers took it from there. The double by Kemp, the double by Crawford, the single by Uribe, and they were off and running, leading 5-1. Now it's 8-1. So they're all out on the lines. A.J. Ellis, Andre Ethier, Darwin Barney, and ball 1 to Puig. Yasiel with 67 runs batted in. Down in the Giant bullpen, Chris Heston, a right-hander, begins to throw. Of course, Bochy has a lot of decisions to make, as does Manninger. Who's going to be on the postseason roster? Slow and inside for ball 2. Hudson, Lopez, Machi, Affeldt, Cordier, and now Gutierrez. You get the feeling from the crowd as if, okay, that's enough. Let's get to the 9th inning. Two and all. What a face. He's talking to himself about taking it easy, slow down. Okay, he's finished talking. Making an old man of a young catcher, Andrew Susac, not to mention what it's doing to Bruce Bochy. Dave Righetti, the pitching coach, has to be downcast. Dodgers have scored 3 times here in the 8th. Puig is the 9th man to come to the plate. And ball 4. Well, it's not too professional. And here comes Bruce Bochy again. So Puig gets the walk and a run batted in. Barney goes to second. Ethier goes to third. And Ellis brings the run in. So the Dodgers now lead 9-1. Disappointed Gutierrez leaves. Heston will be brought in, and we'll be right back. They are restless, almost bored. They want this game to end. They want to have party time after a long, long year, and the clubhouse is being set up for just that. They will drape all the lockers to protect the clothing they're in. You can see the champagne bottles. They won't drink any of it. They'll squirt it on each other, and that'll be that. But you have to prepare well in advance, and we will cover that for you too, so you can share in the fun. But meanwhile, you have to share in the agonizing moments for Bruce Bochy and the Giants, as pitchers Cordier, Gutierrez, and Heston can't throw strikes. At first base, Adam Duvall takes over for Buster Posey. That's how bad things are now. They get Posey out of there, and Duvall takes over. And ball one. So Posey sitting back, needless to say, very unhappy. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-1. Adrian, I'm sure, visions of runs batted in. 0 for 3 with a walk and a chance to pick up a couple. He has 112 with Ethier at third, Barney at second, and Puig at first. And line to left, but coming up for it is Dominguez, and that's it. So the Dodgers send 10 men to the plate, and for the second time tonight, they have a 4-run inning. And now, where the number has been 1, the number is now 3. 3 outs to go. 9-1 Dodgers. Enter Brian Wilson. We'll be right back. Scored 4 runs on 1 hit to break the game wide open, and it all started, as so often happens, with a missed double play. More and more, day in, day out, watching ball games, more games are decided. Not that that messed up the Giants that much tonight, but more and more games are decided by that missed double play, and then you spend the entire inning talking about it. Andrew Susac, the young catcher, struck out twice and singled as Brian Wilson tries to get 3 outs. Remember way back at the start of the game We talked about the Dodgers' inability, foul ball, the inability that is to close out the first game to finish off the race. They have not been very successful in the last 25 years. Last year they could have clinched on September 18th, but as usual they didn't. They clinched on the 19th. 7 times the Dodgers have lost their first chance to clutch the game that would decide. So going in, we wondered, it's been since 1985 where the Dodgers won that first to clinch game. And now they look like they're going to do it tonight, leading 9-1. Line drive down the left field line, in for a base hit. So Susac going into second. Remember what we talked to you about at the beginning? He's going to have a nickname. There was a player named Herb Dusac, and every time he'd get a double, they call him Two-Sack Dusac. Well, Andrew Susac is Two-Sack Susac. And the batter is Chris Dominguez. Brian Wilson would impress to get off a good inning tonight, but he starts out in a little trouble, but he has the luxury of an 8-run lead. Nevertheless, they're backing him up. They have the left-hander Paco Rodriguez and the right-hander Pedro Baez. Ground ball to short, almost dropped, still get the out. Boy, Rojas had a lot of trouble on that ground ball. Didn't have a grip apparently, but he got his man. 1 out. Susac with the ball hit ahead of him naturally stood at second. There's the trouble, still trouble, more trouble again. Wow, it took forever, and yet Dominguez wasn't there. So 1 out. 2 outs for 1. 2 outs for 1 to 0. Little cutter, 1 ball and no strikes. Arias singled to short, scored a run. The only run the Giants scored tonight. That was helped by a balk. Then he popped up and struck out. Off speed and missed. And now the plate umpire, Chad Fairchild. Apparently Brian Wilson must have hollered something on that last pitch, and it touched the nerve of Chad Fairchild. 2-0. Fastball, foul ball, no play. Two and 1. Clayton Kershaw. Just how good can you be? 11 strikeouts, 1 run, and there the lovely Ellen, as thrilled for her husband as you would expect. 2 and 1. And missed, ball 3. I think Wilson is just trying to cool himself off. Shaking his head, letting everybody know, in fact. 3 and 1. And a strike. Three and 2 to Joaquin Arias. And a fly ball to right field. Kemp is there. Susac goes to the bag, but he's not going to call the move. So 1 out to go to erase 1. Magic number was 1, and the Dodgers performing some magic tonight to make the 1 disappear. And then it would appear they would win the division title and play the Cardinals here on Friday, October 3rd. And a strike to Blanco. Single left, struck out, single again, cut down, trying to go from first to third on a base hit by Duffy. And I shouldn't say cut down, he was shot down by a great throw yet again by Yasiel Puig. 0-1. One ball and 1 strike. Tomorrow, an off day, and then Friday, Colorado Rockies. Saturday night at 6, Sunday at 1, Fan Appreciation Day. Ground ball in the hole. Nice pick by Barney to throw him out. And there it is. The National League Western Title Division winners, the Los Angeles Dodgers, led by Clayton Kershaw. It is such a long year. It started in Sydney, Australia, and it winds up tonight as the Dodgers win the Western Division.